It is December 12th, Friday, 5:57 p.m. And I am driving home from what I thought was a really, really big opportunity for me. That was going to be like a huge turning point in my journey and like everything that I have been like working towards, and it was just like this big connection that was a big opportunity that was, and I was supposed to be having a meeting with this really important company and people, and this is the second time I've tried to like schedule something with them, and it fell through for just timing wasn't right. And it's like this thing, then I just got like, and so yeah, anyways, I'm just like, this is the second day that I've like got dressed up and was just really excited for it and have all these ideas, and just like was so thankful, thanking God, like finally God, like everything that I've been working towards, like, and now I'm gonna have this like big opportunity, you know, and this, and then yeah, and then it fell through again for the second time. And it's just like, you know, being on that, like it's like what I can think of is going up what do you freaking call this stupid thing? I can't even think of it right now. I'm in a, like, trying not to be in a poopy mood, but a roller coaster ride, you know, you're just going up it and you're like, oh my gosh, so excited, and you're just so excited to like get to the edge, you know, and like get to the top, very top, so you can like just feel the like adrenaline, like when you go down, right? You're like knowing that this is about to be the best fucking ride that you've ever taken in your life, and you've just been like going, and you're almost at the top now, and you're like, you're starting to see like all of this, like the beautiful view, and you're about to just feel the most amazing like rush of feelings that you know that you've been like working towards to as you're going up. But this feeling, literally, imagine you taking a while to go up this high ass, for people who like roller coasters, because I don't like roller coasters, so this would not be appealing to me at all. But for people who love roller coasters, imagine going up the highest, most exhilarating roller coaster ride, and you know when you get to the top, you're about to have the most amazing feeling, right? And you've been like going up this roller coaster for a while, and then you're almost there, and then you like get to the edge, to the high point. Imagine fucking then the fucking roller coaster is like, nope, like you're right there, you're about to like go down and be like, you know, all the fun, this freaking adrenaline that people for whatever fucking reason love, the fucking your stomach feeling like it's fucking about to come out of your mouth feeling. But yeah, so that you're imagining you're right at the edge, you're about to, and the roller coaster ride is like psych, and then put your ass right back at square one. Bruh, imagine you've been going up that fucking roller coaster ride so long, and you were just so, you know, like you were patient. You were patient. And then, yeah, imagine someone doing that twice. You just feeling like the patience, and then finally you get to the top, and then you see like, oh my god, this is about to be the best fucking ride ever. Like I'm so happy I was patient. And then it goes back to square one again. Bruh. At that point you want to get the fuck off the ride, right? Cause your feelings be getting played with twice. Not once. Twice. And imagine applying that to this fucking year of 2026. And then finally starting to see like glimpse of sparkles, and then life being like, psych, not yet though. I'll give you a little sprinkle. Not yet though, you thought. I'm getting loud because I'm just so fucking, and so yeah, so I get in the car after a thing didn't go as planned for the second time, and I was just like, oh my god, I was just so excited, like I was like crying to God, like thank you God, like it's like that moment, it's like one of those. And yeah, this shit got delayed again, And so it got pushed back to like next week. And you know what's crazy? Like, if you're intuitive, you get feelings, right? And for me, I am. So I kept feeling it all day, like, oh, a little birdie in my head was like, this is like you, like, it just felt like it wasn't gonna like work out the way that I wanted to. Not because like a negative, but it was just like, it just felt like something told me. But then I was like trying not to focus on it, because I'm like, no, it's happening, like da da da. So it's like when you just get that sense and that vibe intuitively, like it's not time yet, but you just try to force it anyways, or you try to like, I don't know. But anyways, the point is, I got here, I got all dressed up for a second time, didn't work out, and I'm just like, so like, honestly, I feel, yeah, there's like this is like, I feel frustrated, sad. And then I get in the car and I'm just like, wow. And then there's just so many other things to the story, but I just don't want to, I'm not even going to put details out yet until it happens, and then I can like really go into like details and stuff like that, because I know it's happening. It's just kind of like when life is feeding you, it's fucking breadcrumbing you. That's what life is doing. Like what them guys do. They lure you in just to fucking break your ass heart. No, but it's not doing that. Like, no, I'm grateful. Let me not. I'm grateful. I'm just talking shit. Like, I'm just being like honest about my feelings, right? This is the human experience of like, fuck. Like, you know, a lot of times I just, you know, and I know it's not just me. Everybody is like, especially you're on this like spiritual journey, you know, all that stuff like that. You've been on the surrender. You've been on the whole ride, right? And God is telling you, universe, whatever you believe in, is just giving you little tidbits of like giving you little glimpses of giving you little, and it's gonna start becoming more, especially now that Saturn is out of retrograde. Like, we gonna be getting fucking breadcrumbs. The breadcrumbs gonna be falling in big chunks now, but it's still Saturn. The Saturn energy still moves slow, okay? And not to mention, we got this fucking annoying ass square by these Sag placements. And you know what? I was so excited for Sagittarius season, and I still am. But as a Pisces rising and a person with Pisces energy, and it's squaring Sag right now, it's like slowing out. It's like all this openings and a new experience and new opportunities and like this like fun energy of like the explorations, new things, exploring new things, coming out, right? But then that Saturn is sucking the vibes. But still, because it's squaring it, so it's like still slowing. It's like slow and steady. Like, don't get ahead of yourself. You know, I don't know. I'm trying to explain it in a way. I hope I'm able to explain it. But yeah, so I get in my car, and then I like, all right, what am I gonna listen to on my way back home? I was gonna play some music, but then I opened up the YouTube, and I got recommend. I keep, you know, when you keep seeing videos or seeing a person like a podcast or something keep coming up. Yeah, that's usually your sign that, like, you know, most of the time, I'm not going to say that for everything, but you know what I mean, of, like, those things where it's like, okay, God, universe is trying to, like, tell you to, like, watch this, right? So if this lady that I've been, like, seeing pop up on my page randomly that I never watch is to come up. And finally, I'm like, all right, what do I want? Well, it was honestly the title that kind of got me, because it said something about slow down and enjoy the journey. And I was like, yeah, that fucking sounds like Saturn. That fucking is a good explanation of this energy of like this Pisces energy with the Saturn, which is like the slow down. But then enjoy the journey is also like the happy-go-lucky fucking Sag energy. And it just feels like those two things, you know? And so I was like, all right, yeah, that I needed to hear that. So I listened to the video, and she was just talking about how it's important to enjoy the journey. And I'm like, all right, this girl clearly has Sag energy. Oh, happy-go-lucky. We're going to enjoy the fucking journey. Can you tell how salty I am right now? I'm underneath the guy. No, I'm grateful. Okay, I'm grateful. I'm just being. It's okay. I gotta bring humor to my mood right now, just so I can get out of it. But anyways, so yeah, so I'm listening to her talk about her, like, you know, and how you have to join the journey, and I just start bawling, crying. Like, I'm like, I even, like, it's like when you're trying to be optimistic, but it's like, yeah, like, I got my feelings hurt, because I just thought, like, it's just kind of like, okay, now, like, I don't know, man. It's like I keep just, like, but I know a lot of us keep getting the, like, glimpses. A lot of us, like I said, that has, like, had such a rough, like, year, and, like, have, like, had a lot of, like, endings, and had to shed old versions of ourselves. And I know y'all getting peaks of what could, getting these peaks and like these glimpses of this new life opening up for you. But it's like playing. It's playing. I know it's not playing. I know this is how everything is supposed to unfold, and I understand it astrologically. Even I saw something in my chart that I currently have the Sag Sun is, or what is it? I think my Saturn in Pisces is squaring, because I have it natally. It's squaring the Sag Sun right now, and so usually with that, any, like, Saturn squaring something is gonna be some sort of slowdown, some sort of whatever. And I'm just kind of, I saw it today, like, I looked at it yesterday, which sometimes I don't always, like, try to look at astrology ahead of time, just because sometimes it'll just make me, sometimes I just, like, want to live. That's why I'm more spiritual or intuitive, because I try not to, sorry, I'm over here, I'm supposed to be backing up, 1 sec. But yeah, I try not to let astrology rule my life, so therefore I'm, like, looking at astrology and making choices based on astrology. Like, I do need to enjoy the experience, because I feel like if you take away, say for instance, I would have looked at the astrology today and like not, and like would have not scheduled the thing for today, because I would have saw that this is not, quote unquote, probably, like, the best day to do it. But I would have missed out on the opportunity of the experience of whatever the reason. I know there's a reason that I went today, even though it didn't work out as planned. There were certain things that I like, and I won't go into it right now, but today I did end up meeting somebody that was, like, important to this, like, whole experience. And then obviously, like, I got in the car, and then I was like, it was a nice, beautiful sunset. Look at me trying to find, like, all the beautiful moments of this. And then what else fucking thing happened that was like, yeah. That's all I can think about. But yeah, I did end up meeting somebody, and then I got to, like, see certain things. So it's just like these glimpses, man. That's weird. This is how I even feel about this. I just feel this a lot in my life. Wait, what? Okay, sorry. And then there's another thing. There's just so many things. I have not been posting like I should, okay? I just saw something. Hold on, sorry. I have to get myself. So wait, hold on. I'm so annoying, man. Anybody with Aries energy, we are so annoying. At least Aries moon. I don't know. Our Aries, I know essentially Aries energy can be impatient, but I'm just curious to see how it, like, because I'm an Aries moon, so that's, like, literally impatience when it comes to my emotional side. So I'm just curious to see, like, how does impatience show up, like, people who are Aries and who have Aries Mars, even, like, god dang, like, that has to be something. But yeah, it's just kind of like not, like, getting discouraged or not burning. Like, it's just like, it's just being patient. Like, fuck. It's just having to be patient. But anyways, another thing that happened, all right? And I'm just putting my business out there. It's okay. I'm not saying any names. I don't care, but I think this is important. So also yesterday I went to an amazing event that I experienced, this, like, healing circle where you got to get, like, Reiki or energy healing, Reiki healing, energy healing from, like 5 different like practitioners, and they provided you like Reiki and energy healing, and it was so great, such a great experience. I actually got like, I went there in support for somebody who actually is a part of the Healthy People Healing community, but also this person has joined my in-person events as well. And so I found out that that person was a part of was like, like trying there, as we all are, you know, like everybody's trying to like anyways, the person was a part of this group and was gonna be one of the practitioners for it. And and the person told me, and I was like, of course I'm gonna go support, you know, like that person supported me, and it just felt like aligned. And so so I went, and it was a good experience. And even that was like an hour away drive, and my normal self would be, and it was like, I'm in Atlanta too, and this is like newish for me to be in this area and all this stuff like that. So like the old jet, if I wasn't listening to the astrology and all this stuff like that, I know it's Sagittarius season, so I was like leaning into the energy of like, this is the perfect time to go on a little exploration and like to like be optimistic and open about it, you know, like trying new things. So I'm like leaning into it, let me try new things, go on this journey, because Sag love trips and little journeys. So I'm like, all right, let me just go drive and not worry about, like, I'm just being optimistic and positive. I'm just showing up with no expectations and just trying to just good vibes. And it was a good experience. So had a great experience. And then I ended up meeting this girl. Well, I met a bunch of the other people there, but there was this one girl where it felt like a connection of some sort. Like, we didn't really say much, but I don't know. You guys know, like, when you, like, see somebody and it just feels like, and you, like, make eye contact with them, and it just feels like, I know for me, once again, if you're intuitive, you would probably know these things, but it just felt like, like, that felt like something. Like, you know? So, we ended up talking and exchanging contacts, and we didn't do it in a way to like, oh, why did we do it? I think it was for business reasons, but then something told me like, Jess, this is our opportunity. You like this girl, she, you know, she had cute vibes, but also she like was into, like, she was a tarot reader and certain things like that. And anyways, I just felt some sort of like connection of some sort. Like, I don't know, it was like intuitively. And like friendship, right? And then I was just, or maybe like something like that. I don't know, you know? So awkward. But anyways, I'm really talking really loud. Sorry, I'm yelling. I do this when I'm like excited. But anyways, so that happened. And I was like, okay, Jess, like, there was just something in me that told me I should like extend an invite, like text the person to say like hey, like we should like go out or like do something, right? And do like invite them to like for us to go somewhere so we can talk more, right? But this is something I don't do. This is like this is like not me, because I'm more of like, I don't know. Honestly, if I'm honest, like I have this like, I've had and I'm working through and need to work through, like the old version of me had this fear of rejection. So would not really like, will wait till people come to me and invite me to places. And I'm like, not like, this is not the energy. Sag is not that. So once again, thankful to astrology. I'm like, all right, it's Sag season. I already know this is a good time for like connections and just like putting yourself out there. So, you know, I was like, fuck it, let me lean into this fucking Sag energy and like go and like text the person, you know. And if it works out, great. And if they're not into it, then it wasn't meant to be. But at least I can like say I like listen. And so I text the person, and even so I did it like early this morning. And then like, so the thing happened, the little like you know, so I was excited about like 2 potential things, right? You know, in the back of my mind, this big opportunity. And I was like, oh yeah, and oh my gosh, like what if we end up meeting the girl, or like, and we become there, something happens from that, you know? And so I'm like, wow, like all these good opportunities, you know, you're on this high of like, yes, God, you know, when God start really like putting the blessings out and you just feel you and God BFFs, even though you were feeling what, God is always my BFF, even when I don't get my way. I just have a little fit sometimes, and you know, it's okay though. But I have my fit, and I still, you know, still continue to trust. Even if I'm on the floor crying, I'm still like, yeah, but God, I trust you. I trust. So anyways, I know you guys can relate to that. But anyway, so when the thing happened, I got back in my car, and then I just felt like, yeah, that didn't happen, or whatever, the delay happened. And then I remember I had texted this the girl, and then she hasn't responded. So it's like later now, I'm like, dang. And I'm thinking like, don't tell me like that is like, that's not gonna go. And so you have these like negative like things that come of like, then you get to this woe is me state and like all this stuff like that, which I don't try to get to, but you can feel it lingering, right? Of like, look, like, you know, this like negativity, like get into the negativities because you didn't get things in your way, aka on your timeline, right? So, and it's crazy too, because like the biggest theme that came for me, like that has been for me this week, is like doing things. And it's big Sagittarius energy, is like whatever you do, like leaning into new opportunities and new things with no expectations. I mean, yes, you expect the best, but don't have like specific expectations. Just show up with like no expectations, okay? Because I think the no expectations is because you want to just enjoy the journey, right? And if you have expectations of something, of it going a certain way, then you're going to go in, and if it doesn't go that way, then you're going to get discouraged, and you probably will back out of it, or you're going to block yourself, because then, you know, and it's like, no, if you go into it feeling like, okay, I trust that I'm just coming here for the experience, and like, we're gonna see what happens, because that's what I think about Sag. It's like, so like, okay, like, you know, they're flexible, they're what's the word, there's a word for it, I can't think of it, they're mutable, right? So they're very like, they're big yes people. And that was another thing that came up for me, was like, just say yes, stop blocking things, just say yes. So so to close out all this, I was just crying. I just felt I think the cry, which also makes me think of fucking Pisces energy. I'm like, I was trying not, I don't know, the cry kind of just came out of nowhere, because I just felt like, yeah, like the sadness, and like maybe the disappointment, and you know, I tried not to have expectations, but then things started like seeming like, I don't know, you know, I just trying. But it's like the sensitive part, you know, of me, I guess. And yeah, like the letdown of like having to like, all right, I thought, you know, be excited for all of this, and now it's like, all right, I gotta wait, you know, I get to wait. I'm happy I'm even having this opportunity, right? Just, I gotta check myself when I'm like getting in my way of stuff, you know. But it's okay, like, you're human, you're gonna have a little sad moment to cry, whatever, like, it's fine. But, you know, don't let it discourage you, or like let it whatever, like get the feelings out, and then like but then have a different point of view about it, you know. So after that, so I'm in a car, I'm driving, I'm listening to the podcast girl talking about something, enjoy the fucking journey, blah blah blah, and I'm just like here with my like arms crossed, like, okay, like I know these things, right? And I knew all of this. I'm actually not surprised with how everything went, because intuitively and astrologically it went exactly the way that. But I was just like, oh, I don't know, maybe there's a part of me that didn't want to like believe it or something, I don't know. But, or no, it was just like, but I still felt led to come here today. So that was another thing. So 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 that happened, the letdown, and then I remembered that I texted the girl, and she hadn't responded. So I'm like, wow, like I'm about to get 2 L's for today. That's like, whatever, you know, that's the feelings. That's not the actual fact, but that's the feelings, right? And then as I'm talking right now, I see that I got a text from the girl, and guess what the girl said? I hope she never watches this, or this is like embarrassing, but it's okay, because she says she pretty much said yes. Like, she was like, yeah, like so the point is, look at this, man. Like, wow, like, oh my gosh, this is so embarrassing for me to post this, but I'm gonna post it because it's real. And you guys, I say you guys, whoever needed to hear this needs to hear this, okay? Because I know my experience is a bunch of other people's experiences right now. And whoever needs to hear this, God, I send this vulnerable voice memo to them. Because you're not alone. And listen, as annoying as it is to hear, for the people who may have that Pisces energy or going through that square or whatever, even if you're a Sag going through the square too, because Saturn may be like throwing off your vibes. You got Sag energy or Pisces energy, whatever the heck, or whatever, just in general, if you just feel this energy, whether, astrologically, and just like, yeah, it is, we are saying yes to things. We will continue to say yes to things, and we need to remind ourselves to not have expectations, because then we don't want to like go into something, and if it doesn't work out our way, for that to discourage us until we stop saying yes to things. And we don't need to do that. There's a reason we're being guided to say yes to these opportunities that come to us, and we need to go into it with an open heart and expecting the best, and trusting that it's a part of the journey that's leading us to where we're needing to go, okay? And we need to remind ourselves that it's not gonna be like one straight line, all right? It's a journeys is like loops and turns and all these, like, ooh, what's gonna happen? That's what she was saying, like romanticizing like the experiences, the journey, the loops, the whatever you like that life takes you on, the curveballs that you experience, because then when you get to the destination, it's gonna be like so like worth it. You're gonna be so like thankful for the journey, because then you have stories to tell, which honestly makes me think of Sag energy, because honestly, from my experience, Sagittarius people, because they always are like yes and always exploring, have some of the best stories. I love listening to Sagittarius people talk, because they just have these stories to tell, and through the stories that's why they have so much like knowledge to give and guidance, because they've like fucking lived, and they have taken all these detours and had these so, all right, fine, gosh, as I'm talking, I'm just like, now I'm getting it. Now I have a story to tell, just like right now, like look. And then when I finally get to the destination and everything, then this is gonna be fun to look back on, even though it's not that fun in the moment. But now it's a little bit of fun. Now that I'm reflecting and I'm getting out of my fucking feelings, and I'm like, Alright, so this is it for today. This is like, wow, this is fun. Alright, yeah, I'm glad I turned this video voice memo on. This is a long conversation. But yeah, so that's your takeaway. Keep saying yes this month to things, and don't have expectations. Just enjoy the journey. Just show the fuck up, and keep doing that this month, and enjoy the journeys and the curveballs that life throw you, because you're on the journey of the ride. All right, don't you get off that ride, you go end up delaying your blessings. All right, and that's for me too. So I'm gonna, I'm glad that I was able to like experience this, because I know I'm gonna look back and be like, oh yeah, that was an important piece for me to go there and meet the person even that I met today, and then being able to tell this story and share it with somebody else who needed, and then end up listening to this podcast, which may be one of my favorite podcasts, that I listen to, and I don't know, things may happen with that. I'm very, anyways, so. All right, that's it for my rant today, and sending you love. And let's continue to all enjoy this journey together. Woo-hoo! Okay, toodles.